My dear brothers and sisters, faith is always an experience. It is not a concept. It's not a story. It is an experience. We all of us have this faith. But how we experience this faith may differ from one another. On Thursday, I went to Muscat. From the airport, I went to Ruvi, where I stay in that church. As I entered the gate, there is a beautiful grotto. I saw two women standing and throwing water to the grotto, and also distributing water and some juice packets to those who pass by. As I entered, like Jesus, I also was thirsty, and because I traveled from here, and even I was given a bottle of water and a juice, and I was waiting what to see. I wanted to see what's going on, why they are throwing water and distributing. And one of the women there, she was explaining in her own way, and she showed Mother Mary and told, this mother, mark the words, this mother took my prayer to heaven, and God blessed my family. And she was telling, my child was seriously ill, was suffering in the hospital. We tried all the possible way. Finally, we came here. We prayed. And my son is completely healed. And with full of tears, with full of joy, she was telling her experience. The surprising thing is, both of them are not Catholics. Both of them are not even Christians. My dear brothers and sisters, as I was going into the office, the secretary and those who work, even they were waiting, and they saw what's going on. And they said, Father, a lot of non-Catholics, a lot of non-Christians come here to thank Mother Mary, to thank Jesus. This is the simple faith experience they have. My dear brothers and sisters, this morning, we need to reflect, we need to see how much more that you and I should have. How you and I should become a testimony to others to show that God listens to our prayer, that God is with us. Of course, we all of us have this experience of Massa and Meribah, as we read in the first reading today. The people of Israel, when they were going to the promised land, they met with so many challenges, problems. Each time, they forgot what God did for them. This is the biggest problem that they had. Immediately they forget what God did for them, how God performed miracles in their lives. In the same way, you and I may forget in our lives as well what God has done for us. The moment you and I forget, this forgetfulness is a very common phenomena in the present society as well. We forget always. These people of Israel, look at, when they were preparing themselves to depart from that land of Egypt, the land of slavery at that time, they wanted to have freedom. they saw how God worked among them, how God punished their opponents. In front of their eyes, they saw these miracles. The biggest miracle was that they did not know what to do as they came near the Red Sea. They thought their life was over, that they thought that they are going to die because King Pharaoh and his soldiers were coming behind to catch them and take them back. They had the same argument. They had the fight with Moses and Aaron. But they saw how God took them. And the Red Sea experience, they had forgotten. Now, because of the lack of water, there was no water in the wilderness, in the desert, they are coming and arguing with Moses. They are trying to say that, have you brought us here to die without water? The fight, look at, Moses was helpless. He did not know what to do. And he knelt before God. He started pleading with God. And he's telling, Lord, look at these people. They are going to stone at me. They are going to kill me. Listen to my prayer. Moses did not join the people who were quarreling, who were fighting, arguing. He knelt before God and prayed. The beautiful first reading today ends that this place became or named after this experience, Massa and Meribah. Massa means testing. Meribah means quarreling. So this Massa and Meribah will be in our lives as well. We will be asking, Lord, are you with us? Are you still working in us? When we face problems, when we face challenges, we will have this question always in our lives. Lord, are you with us? When problems come and disturb our faith, we ask the Lord, like these people of Israel, Lord, are you with us? Are you here? But like Moses, we need to kneel before God. Take those two women, for example, my dear brothers and sisters. This is a testimony I am telling. My sermon is recorded. Therefore, I have to speak the testimony, not a fiction story. Those two women just placed their trust in the Lord. Look at that beautiful words of that woman, that mother. This mother took my prayer to heaven, and the Lord blessed my family. Can all of us here this morning say this? The Lord is with us. You have to experience this, my dear brothers and sisters. You have to feel the presence of the Lord at home in your life. Like Moses, kneel before God always. That is the experience that we need. Never forget what God has done in your life. Yesterday evening, I said the 5:30 Mass here. And after Mass, I just came down, and two sisters, they always come for blessings. One of them had cancer. These are the testimony. The Lord proves that He is still here with us, where we can get His blessings, healing. And they just came and told, Father, here we come to thank God. Doctor said, my cancer is completely healed. For 2 years, not necessary to go for any test, for any clinic. And the doctor said, maybe after 2 years you may come for a checkup. I'm just talking the live experience here among us. Have this experience with you. Therefore, this Massa and Meribah, this experience will come over and over again and again in our lives, in our families, that will shake our faith, that will really put us into temptation. But never forget that God is with us. In the beautiful reading today, the gospel, that beautiful story, that incident, the Samaritan woman, she was hiding herself. She never came among the people, or she was never accepted, received by the rest of the community, because she was living a sinful life, according to the story. Therefore, she was hiding herself. Look at her pathetic situation. Usually, the Jews do not have any dealings with Samaritans, because the Samaritans were considered as sinners, outcast, Gentiles. Therefore, they were cornered. In that society, another woman who is cornered among them, because she was a sinner, according to the story. We'll let us presume as it is. We do not know, we cannot judge. But she comes at an odd hour. No one else would come that hour, around 12 o'clock in the noon, to fetch water. There she meets the Lord. My dear brothers and sisters, there is no place where God cannot enter. Never think that God will not enter into your life because of your life situation, because of your sinful status. No. Allow the Lord, allow Jesus. Look at the way Jesus is entering into a dialogue with this woman. Jesus is telling, woman, give me a drink. This woman was surprised and asking, what? You are asking water from me? You are a Jew. How can you ask water from me, a woman of Samaria? But the Lord is telling, if you know who am I talking to you, you will ask for water from me. Gradually, the Lord is developing the conversation, the dialogue, and transforms her life. She realized her own sinful life. She realized how sinful she is, and she confessed. The Lord brought that transformation in her life. What she did, after recognizing Jesus as Messiah, the Redeemer, she left the pot there, because she did not want to take any more water, but rather ran to the village and informed all the people and brought them to Jesus. This is a beautiful experience. A sinner who really feels the love of God, experience the love of God, the forgiveness, the mercy, cannot stand alone. He or she wanted to give that experience to the entire village. The same people who had rejected her, the same people who had cornered her, now they listen to her and come to Jesus. We all of us need to bring Jesus to the place where there is doubt, where there is confusion, where there is Massa and Meribah. Now they come to Jesus and they began to listen to him. And they are pleading with Jesus, Lord, stay with us. And the gospel records, he went and stayed for 2 days with them. Now the villagers, the people of Samaria, are telling this woman, not because of your testimony, not because of your words that we will believe in Jesus, but because that we ourselves heard to him. This is the experience. Not because that I spoke about these miracles, not because of that I spoke about this testimony, that you should believe in Jesus. No, you should have your own personal experience with Jesus. So this season of Lent should lead us to that experience, that you listen to the Lord, as we sang in the responsorial psalm. Harden not your hearts, as at Meribah and Massa. Listen to his voice. Have that experience. Don't question like people of Israel in the wilderness, is the Lord with us? He is always with us. So the Lord be with you always. Amen.